And I have to apologize to the New York Yankees. One of the shows that we did early on a day that Boomer was out, we sat here and we hammered the Yankees for being boring because they were at that point.
Yes,
and they were boring for most of last year. And I should have given them more of a chance this year. Maybe they turn into a boring baseball team as this season goes on. I don't know. But right now, in a game like last night, they were the opposite of boring for a lot of reasons. One, coming back. Two, the issues that they were having, of course, with, up and in and hitting guys and everything else and people getting thrown out of the game. So that was fun. We've seen a lot of that with the Mets. I mean, and, big home runs, even though the Giancarlo Stanton one was a little.
Who cares? It's
but
a home
still,
run.
it happened. It was a 3-run home
Yes.
run. And then the Aaron Judge one was absolutely crushed. I mean, that was a grapefruit, by the way. If you watch where that pitch was, I mean, you want to talk about a hanger.
Which is horrible because he's 1-2 on him. He fouls off two tough pitches, and then he just throws a meatball over the plate.
What did this home run remind you? Just not like the magnitude of it, but like the actual pitch and where the ball was hit remind you of anything?
No.
It reminded me of the Aaron Boone home run in 2003, which was it felt like the pitch took 10 minutes to get to the plate. Obviously, that was a knuckleball from Tim Wakefield.
Yeah.
And it just hung up there, and he hit it.
Crushed it.
And he crushed it, and he pulled it, and he crushed it. I mean, that's what it felt like.
Now
to
that
me.
you say that, I could see, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it was just like looking back at that. When you see it live, and then you look back at the replay, like he had to crush that pitch. There was no choice. And his first game-winning hit.
And that was for the Blue Jays for a second. I mean, you want to talk about a crushing defeat as they're trying to.
He's got a no-hitter.
Yeah. He's got the no-hitter through whatever it was, took it into the sixth inning before you get the double by LeMahieu. But, he comes on. He's got the lead in the last inning. He gets the first out. And then how in the hell you walk Trevino? I mean, what are you worried about?
Right.
Go right at him.
Exactly.
And then you walk LeMahieu fine, and then you just get clobbered by Judge. I mean, that's the one thing. You didn't want to see Judge up there in a situation where he could tie it or win it. And that's all on, was it Jordan Romano?
Yep.
All on him. I mean, just a terrible inning for him.
Yeah, absolutely brutal. And you're right. I mean, the Blue Jays in a in a game where they're rolling a little bit, of course, get it completely flipped on them. And then you have the controversies. Garcia gets thrown out after hitting Donaldson. Immediately after the Giancarlo Stanton game tying home run.
I don't know what the controversy would be. I really don't, because if you want to say, all right, they should have given a warning. Okay, I guess.
Well, then you're throwing a guy out without the warning.
That was so obvious, though.
I don't know what's obvious anymore. I really don't.
When you miss by that much, and don't tell me that the weather's not good and they can't grip the ball, because no one else had that problem all night. Knock it off.
But that's what they say.
And then they can say that.
You know
I'm telling you
saying?
what the eye test tells me.
Yeah.
The eye test tells me they just got screwed by what people are calling this short little home run on the short porch from Stanton. The game goes from 3-0. You just had a no-hitter. All of a sudden, it's 3-3. The guy's pissed. And yes, it's 0-1. Why would you do that? That's what common sense would tell you. Watch the pitch.
Yeah.
First of all, Donaldson stands 3 feet from the plate as it is, and it hits him square in the back in the middle of the batter's box. It's not even close.
I know. The other side of it, and I do think he was trying to go inside, maybe with a purpose pitch. I don't know if he actually wanted to drill him or not, but he definitely wanted to go inside. But the other part of it is, people would argue, the devil's advocate, that, all right, you're talking about a game you were winning, now it's tied. Why are you going to put Josh Donaldson on base like that?
And I get that.
And that's going to be what Montoya is going to say. That's what Garcia is going to say. And then of course you got the up and in to Bichette,
which wasn't that big a deal.
No, it wasn't.
It was up and in.
It's not like he hit him in the head.
No,
I mean, but that's the type of stuff. Like, to me, like, if you can control where the ball is going, like, that's like a type of purpose pitch that sends a message, and you're not drilling the guy.
And if you look at that pitch too, and we have the luxury of the automated strike zone on the screen, it wasn't even that far off the plate.
Yeah, it reminded me a little bit of the Arenado one. Remember when Arenado flipped out?
Yes, earlier in the season, yes.
Yeah, with the Mets we're talking about.
In St. Louis, absolutely.
Yeah.
That, and it reminds me, too, and I always come back to this, it reminds me of the World Series game with Noah Syndergaard.
Yep, same
where
thing.
he throws a high pitch that wasn't even that, I don't even think it was inside. It was just a high pitch on the inside corner, and they're losing their minds because he throws the ball hard. He stands 6'10", and it's intimidating.
Yeah, and there's nothing more to me that's just so ridiculous. when, like, let's say Garcia ended up hitting Donaldson on purpose. Let's just assume that 100% was intentional. To do it because the game is tied and you give up a 3-run homer is ridiculous. Now, you want to tell me, like, with the Mets situation, they got hit a million times. They felt like they were getting the short end of the deal. They had to go back and hit somebody or whatever it was, or just throw inside. Like, I understand some retribution there. You want to tell me that someone goes in hard at second base and takes out your shortstop. Someone bowls over your catcher. There's some sort of physical situation that goes on. But just because Giancarlo Stanton hit a 3-run home run, now I got to hit somebody?
Agree. I'm with you. But this has happened for 100 years, and I don't think it's right either. The only thing I would say, whether it was intentional or it wasn't, at least it wasn't up near the neck area.
Yeah.
Not that it makes it any better, but it makes it a little bit better, I suppose. And he hit him in the backside. And I think even one show, maybe it even glanced off his shoulder more so than the back, but whatever. At least he didn't go headhunting, as they say. You're right, though. You got beat. Yeah. Whether it's a short porch or not, it's the same distance for your guys. Go hit a home run.
Right. I mean, you could be frustrated about it. You could be annoyed about it, but then to go hit a guy, the next guy up. I mean, it just seems ridiculous to me.
I agree.
But the Yankees, they have feasted on some bad teams, but when they've run into Toronto, they've beat them too. So that's a part of their story, and they are just in a great spot right now.
How about the sixth inning? And I wrote this down because if I was a Blue Jays fan, it would drive me nuts. And I know how hard it is. I get it. But my God, Miguel Castro strikes out the side.
Mm-hmm.
All looking.
Yeah.
Like swing. It's unbelievable how guys are just I'm not saying they're looking for the walk, but you're looking for the perfect pitch. Are they all fooled that badly?
Yeah, apparently.
Maybe they are. But it's like, my God, will you do something?
How different does he look, by the way, Miguel Castro? I mean, coming to the Yankees and cutting the hair and the facial hair. It looks like a totally different person.
And that's one of Al's favorite guys because he's tall, thin, lanky, throws hard.
It reminds him of himself.
Or his dog.
Yeah, right. Miguel Castro. Both the Yankees and Mets win. We'll talk some Mets, and CeeLo will give you the details coming up in just a little bit.
Did you catch Mayor Adams on the broadcast?
Oh, yeah, I did see he threw a strike. I mean, it was a balloon pitch.
No, I mean when he was in the booth.
No, yeah, just a little bit.
He was good. I liked when he was getting on Gleyber Torres for missing the ball, which was tremendous.
I didn't hear that. I did not hear that part.
He was good. I actually enjoyed listening to him. And he was the type, too, when, you ever in the middle of a TV broadcast and there's silence, because TV, you don't have to continue to talk.
Yeah.
You could tell he was like, all right, no one's saying something. I got something.
Yeah.
And he would jump right in. He was good. You could see he's got a career in TV when he's done with this politics stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the red bell so you're notified when we have new content.